Welcome to Downtown Sports. My name is Downtown Stephen Brown, and in today's video, something interesting came out from Leafs practice today. They changed stuff. They juggled the lines around a little bit, and something kind of stood out to me. So this is what I'm specifically talking about. It also appears that when Mitch Marner returns, Morgan Rielly and not Tyson Barrie will drop down to the second power play unit. Barrie remains on power play 1 this morning with Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, and John Tavares. They're loading it up now, folks. And then I got to thinking, and not just about the fact that I dropped Tyson Barrie off my fantasy team 2 days before Mike Babcock got fired. Morgan Rielly has been the Leafs' offensive defenseman on power play 1 now for a couple of seasons, and he's done a damn good job at it. The Maple Leafs have a lot invested in Morgan Rielly. He was the 5th overall pick in 2012. He's a homegrown guy. I believe he was second in consideration for being the team captain. His contract expires 2 years after this one, and he's been absolutely remarkable. So why would you hand the keys off to another guy that's just on a 1-year contract? Well, first and foremost, it's an experiment. This kind of thing doesn't have to be permanent. But if we jump over to NHL.com here and we sort the points by power play points and defenders, we get this list here. And Morgan Rielly has 51 power play points since the 17-18 season. But a little bit up higher on that list is Tyson Barrie with 58. This guy is an elite offensive defenseman on the power play, and that's his strongest skill set. But if there's one criticism that Morgan Rielly has had in his time with the Toronto Maple Leafs, other than not being defensively sound sometimes, is that he doesn't necessarily have the greatest of shots. Now, he did score 20 goals last year, and he does have a wicked wrister coming in off the rush. But standing still and cycling the puck on the power play, he doesn't really have much of a shot to offer. And if you've been watching the games and you're getting frustrated with him just floating the puck on net, yeah, you're not alone. A lot of people have been this year. And yeah, I mean, Tyson Barrie's floated his fair share of muffin shots on goal this year too. But this is a guy that was advertised as a fourth forward out there. He knows when to pinch, he knows when to jump up in the rush, and it's evident with the 2 goals that he scored, one at even strength against the Arizona Coyotes and the other on the power play against Colorado, where they were both like 10 feet out from the net. He's got a bit of a quick one-timer. He's got that nice quick release that Morgan Rielly does, and he's got a little bit of a slap shot. We just haven't seen it yet. But what if the Maple Leafs see Tyson Barrie as a long-term asset, just like Morgan Rielly has been and will be? You'd want to keep that player happy. You want to show that player that he has a place on this team to use his most valuable skill set with. And I mean, let's just take a look at that power play 1 unit from practice one more time. Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, John Tavares, and Tyson Barrie. And if you can show one of the game's most elite power play options in terms of defensemen that he has a home on one of the best power plays around the league, then all the more reason for him to want to stay and play on your team and, maybe sign for a discount. And before you get all clickety-clackety in the comment section there on your keyboards, yes, the Maple Leafs do in fact have enough money to keep a defenseman like Tyson Barrie around next season. I made a video on it already. I'll link it somewhere on the screen. I promise I'll actually do it this time. And not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I did a pretty good job with that video. I did a bunch of research, a bunch of contract comparables and whatnot. And I mean, I can always make a new one if you guys want me to, with some new information and new opinions and whatnot in there. But don't leave that comment that the Maple Leafs can't afford a defenseman like Tyson Barrie. They definitely can. If I can make the numbers work, Kyle Dubas definitely can. And I mean, Tyson Barrie can just as easily play horrible for the next 2 weeks, and that would kind of ruin the video and change my opinion of sort of if the Maple Leafs see him as a long-term asset or not. But then there's Jake Muzzin, and he comes into this conversation too because he's also a defenseman that's going to be a UFA at the end of this year, and the Maple Leafs realistically only have enough money to sign one of those guys. I don't know. Leave me a comment down below. Who would you prefer the Maple Leafs bring back? Would you prefer them extend Tyson Barrie? Would you prefer them extend Jake Muzzin? Would you not want either of them? Is it too early to tell? Leave me a comment down below and a like if you did like the video, and subscribe for more because more is always on the way. And guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the support on the last video and the views and whatnot. It was kind of overwhelming. I didn't expect it to be that big when I woke up the next morning. And if you're new here, hi. But just it really does mean a lot to me just to see all the analytics, and the watch time on that video was like over 300 hours. And when I edit the videos and whatnot, I can't imagine listening to myself talk for more than 10 minutes. So the fact that that many people listen to me talk about the thing that I love talking about for that long was just, it blows my mind. I don't really know how to put it into words. So Thank you again, and take care, guys.